Hello everyone, in this video we will draw and label the scheme of a lab. On the lab we recognize two sides. The cutaneous part located on the arterial surface of lab, which is formed by thin skin, and opposite side mucosal part facing the oral vestibule. And the transitional zone between the skin and the mucosa, vermilion border. So the cutaneous part located on the arterial surface of lip is lined with epidermis. That means the epithelium is keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. The cells in the basal layer is formed by cuboidal cells with around nuclei, and the cells become formed squamous, and the last layer is called corneum, stratum corneum, contains only remnants of these cells. This is thin skin, it contains thin stratum corneum, and under beneath the epithelium you can find loose connective tissue called dermis, which contains blood vessels for supporting epithelium, because epithelium is avascular. And in the dermis you can find two types of skin glands. Here I draw hair follicle, and the skin glands associated with hair follicle is called sebaceous gland. This gland has a pear-shaped sacculi, and on the periphery of the sacculi you can find small cuboidal cells, and these cells enlarge and filling by fat secretions. This is holocrine type secretions. That mean the cells which move into the center contains pycnotic nuclei, and production, and these cells become the secretions. So this is the sebaceous gland. And another type gland in the cutaneous part of lip is sweat glands. This is coiled, unbranched gland, which the secretion part is aligned with cuboidal cells. Simple layer of cuboidal cells with round nuclei, and around the secretion part you can find myoepithelial cells which help for the delivery of secretion into the duct. So this is the cutaneous part, and another mucosal part facing the oral vestibule. You can find also stratified squamous epithelium, but non-keratinized. So the basal cells which rest of the basal membrane are cuboidal and contains round nuclei. This is small cells, and these cells become enlarged and squamous, but every layer contains cell with nuclei, and without keratinization. And beneath the epithelium is also loose connective tissue with blood vessels and innervation. And in this part you can find serum mucous gland. Mucous cells have dark nuclei on the periphery and very pale cytoplasm full of mucus. And the another part these glands is serous cells, which contains round nuclei and zymogenic granule in the cytoplasm. This is darker than mucous cells. So this is serum mucous glands in the mucosal part in the loose connective tissue, and in the vermilion border you can find also loose connective tissue beneath the epidermis, no, beneath the epithelium, and the transitional zone contains a rich network of blood vessels and a lot of nerve endings. These are the blood vessels. The epithelium cells contains a protein elladine, and the epithelium is transparent due to the presence of the protein elladine, and the red color is shown in the lip. So this is the vermilion border, and core of the lip is formed by skeletal muscle fibers. On the longitudinal section you can recognize transitional and nuclei are on the periphery. I draw cross section through the skeletal muscle fiber, and also the nuclei is on the periphery. And these muscle fibers need the innervation, so I draw the nerve fiber. So, and between the structural it's also connective tissue. So now we just label the scheme. This part is a cutaneous part. This side is a mucosal part. Here you can see epidermis, which formed by the keratinize, squamous, stratified epithelium, the dermis, epidermis, and beneath the epidermis is the dermis with sweat glands, and sebaceous gland, which is associated with hair follicle. The another part, mucosal part, is lined with stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, and the loose connective tissue beneath the epithelium contains a seromucous gland. And the core of lip is composed of skeletal muscle fiber, which form the musculus orbicularis oris, and its innervation. And between the cutaneous part and mucosal part you can find vermilion border with deep papillae and a rich blood vessels network. So thank you very much for your attention.